gotcha. What's up, everybody? Good evening. Giz is talking up a storm tonight. All right, he's got some messages he wants me to relay before we start this party. Okay, he said, Leslie, you broke a binding spell. FYI, you're magical AF. He wants Scorpio to know that your fire is just as fierce as your water, as it should be for a warrior. He said, Screamstress is the baddest witch of the West, and those dick witches better recognize. He said it just like that, too. Lisa, he said, strawberry fields forever. And Courtney said, it's time to not fear the dark anymore. What's up, Rose? All right, so yeah, he's got a lot to say tonight, so let's see if he says anything else. How's everybody doing this evening? It's good to see you all. Hi, Brooke. I believe this is your first time here. Welcome to the live. That's your brother's favorite song, too. Oh, that's the other thing that you said to me. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I forgot. He just wanted to make it clear that he loves all of you, everyone in the Star Tribe. And the reason why he speaks to Arctum, it seems like, the most is because Arctum was his big brother in another lifetime. So he's ecstatic that him and Arctum have reunited through the Star Tribe, but he doesn't want anyone to think there's any kind of nepotism going on within the tribe. He loves you all very much, but he seems to get really damn excited when he sees Arctum. Hello, nature of power and creativity. Welcome in. I don't believe we've seen you on a live either. We're happy that you're here. Hello, Jimmy Graybeard. It is lively here in the theater tonight. Lots of paranormal activity today. Giz is talking up a storm, so... Oh, that's weird. I'm looking at that in the reflection, Arctum. I see that. I mean, not Arctum, Swish. I'm sorry. Hello, Bunny Rabbit. Jimmy, my knee is amazing. I have to tell you, I am, and I know that part of this process this week has been y'all's energy work, because I have no swelling on my knees. My bruises like almost immediately turned yellow. I banged my shin pretty hard on my right knee too, and it was swollen. It felt like there was like a dent on top of my shin bone. That's gone. I can completely bend my knee. I'm actually feeling excellent, Jimmy. Thank you so much for asking. Hi, Anja. Welcome. Welcome. Well, let's rock and roll. Let's get this party started. The band told me to go to the Soul Child deck first. Talk about how magical our soul childs are. That's where our magic comes from. That's interesting. They're showing me a kid sitting outside of a school building. Oh, how school strips us of our magic. Hey, Jamie. Hello. Welcome in. Hi, Mad Hatter. Thanks, Coop. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Let's see what the band has to say this evening. about the soul child. They have me break out all kinds of decks tonight, so we'll see what directions here they want to go. You know the way, trusting your intuition. So I was kind of getting this download before I hopped on, when I could get a moment to think in between Giz's chatter. And we have go inward, okay? And you know the way. And the download that I was getting is that don't get caught up in the technicality of magic ever, because the magic is in you. It's in your blueprint. It's in your soul's DNA. And it's the soul child that can reach that magic. And so the way to get to it is, one, through imagination. Adulthood, we start to lose our imagination. And two, become that child's best friend. When we're our own BFFs, we can get right down to the bottom of that information. We can find it quite easily. And the go inward card, the synchronicity is number 16. And it says it's time to connect with your inner child. Oh, that's cool, Jennifer. Something very, I'm getting an image of red rocks too. There's something important about red rocks. 10 of Swords in reverse, Empress, and the Page of Swords. Yeah. This is that curiosity. This is the child messenger here with the Page of Swords, okay? Hanging out with our soul child, we reverse our 10 of Swords. It's us adults that take everything so damn personally, you know what I'm saying? And you're showing up as the Empress, okay? Your soul child is the Empress. See the planchette on that card? The Empress, the soul child, knows many ways to communicate with the divine, with spirit guides, with passed over loved ones, with the fairies, with Giz. Your intuition is going to guide you on this journey of connecting with your soul child. It's your intuition that knows the way. So don't get hung up on technicality. Don't get hung up on technicality of how you should go inward, how you should meditate, what color candles should you light, okay? Like, don't, your soul child doesn't care about any of that. Your soul child just wants to hang out with you and wants to show you how magical you are. Tell me more about this using your intuition to get to the journey of the soul child. Woo! It is lit in here tonight, I'll tell you that. It's a lot going on here. Courtney, don't fear the dark, baby. Can't touch your soul child. Looking at the Death card in reverse, the Devil in reverse, and the Three of Cups. This is so beautiful. Your soul child isn't scared of shit. Connecting our soul child back to the mind brings that portal open for the imagination. Creative expression and love is how we get to that journey with the soul child. And your soul child, who, you know, wants to celebrate you, is going to show you the way of how magical you truly are. All right. Grabbing the Starseed deck. It's your soul child that knows how intergalactic you are. Yeah, gatekeepers can kick rocks. You got that right, Screamstress. I can't stand gatekeepers. That shit drives me crazy. Gatekeepers are usually quite competitive, right? And so when people are competitive, the world tells us to be competitive. I mean, look at how powerful the sports empire is. But competition is a sign of insecurity. And, you know, when I have met like really gifted people, I'm sure you've come across this too. You meet someone who is really, really gifted and you compliment them on their gift and they're like almost surprised by it. They're like, "Oh, wow, thank you." Like, because they don't need to walk around announcing it. They don't gatekeep the information. They're so secure in their talents and gifts that their eyes are on them, like they're not focused on and or creating any kind of competition around them. I've noticed that there's like this level of humility with people that really love themselves and embrace their talents. Yeah, knowledge restricted does slow growth. Absolutely. All right. Let's talk to this intergalactic being that you are. Humble and happy. That's right, bro. That's right. And to understand that we're gifted just by being us. I'm not necessarily only talking about talents, right? You know, a lot of times you hear you can't compete. Well, how does that go? They can't compete where they can't compare. Well, there's no comparison. How is that possible? You're the gift. You're unique. Everything about you is unique. Everything about all of us is unique. We really can't compare or compete. Just drink your water and mind your business. That's right. That's that sage wisdom of Jimmy Graybeard. Thank you. I'm just going to sit in my castle, sip my tea, mind my business. All right. Tell me about these intergalactic soul childs here with the Starseed deck. What's going on here? You're not for everyone. Damn straight you're not for everybody. Thank God. Give me a couple more on here. Your true north is your weirdness, Star Child. That's your true north. You're unique. You're special. You're not like anyone else, and that's exactly the way that it's supposed to be. Cracked open. Surrendering to the alchemy of life. The blue flame. Spontaneous awakening. Okay. Let's look at this. Surrendering to the alchemy of life is about getting back to that authentic identity. This has been coming up the past couple of days in a reading, and this is obviously why the band is talking about getting back to the soul child too. You know, is the labels, the personas, the survival mechanisms, the trauma. I could go on and on and on and on, right? Belief systems, doctrine, education. There are so many things that the world piles on in an attempt to create our identity for us. And then there comes a point where when we start to awaken, we start alchemizing all of that. It's like almost like a form of unlearning in a certain sense, right? To get back to our true identity, to get back to that true identity, which is the soul child. The soul child knows your true identity. Okay. And your soul child is saying you're not for everyone. So like embrace your weirdness, because your weirdness is your true north. That's your true north. Spontaneous awakening and activations. Yeah, that's definitely happening right now. It's definitely happening right now. All right. Time to integrate. Let's look at this alchemy first. Surrendering to the alchemy of life. Can you tell me more about surrendering to this alchemy of life, please, tonight? Oh, Queen of Cups, Four of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. This is a repeating message in a certain way, right? Intuition. This is intuition. This is psychic ability, okay? This is that water energy. We push out our water energy when we're not connected to that soul child. Our soul child knew how to freely love, freely feel, didn't fear its emotions, right? And that water element is really, really important when we're communing with the divine, with our spirit guides, okay? With our band, with our ancestors. And if that emotional center isn't open, we don't see what's around us. We don't see spirit. So you're being asked to stay curious. Stay curious on this journey. Don't get technical. Don't get technical about your spirituality. Play with your soul child and find what resonates with you. Find what resonates with you. Anything can be used as a divination tool, including you, Gizmo. All right. What is this spontaneous awakening right now? Integration. This blue flame activation, I feel like, is that integrating. Okay, we're talking about just that integration of self in the sense of being your soul child's best friend. There's this integration that happens. There's an opening of the mind. We talk about the brain activation in the limbic brain, the emotional center of the brain, the pineal gland, right? All of those things that we know neurologically helps connect us to spirit, helps connect us to our spirituality. The world helps us work to shut those things down. But it wasn't shut down in your soul child, and your soul child knows how to reach all of that. So it's really there. And your soul child's not going to act like a gatekeeper, okay? Your soul child's going to give you all the tea. Tell me more about this integration, this activation of the soul child. Can you tell me more, please, about this integration, this activation of the soul child? Oh, I love this. The Six of Swords, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this is get out of your head, right? This is telling us to move our adult self and our adult issues out of the way in order to communicate with spirit. All right? Your band's not leaving you out in the cold. Your mind is leaving you out in the cold. Don't get up in your head. Don't create anxiety. over your spirituality, over your divination, over your practices, out of your connection. Move away from that. Go in through the soul child to activate those parts of the brain that make you magical AF, star child. Hello, Violet Views. How are you? Hello, Alchemic Shine. Nice to see you. Hi, Just Kitten. No list tonight, Just Kitten. I'm just doing a collective reading. All right. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. The more you embrace your weirdness, the more you'll be connected to your soul child. I think we all know that. Be willing to embrace your weirdness. Your weirdness is what's going to put you in your north node. Your weirdness is what's going to put you in your north node. We all have a deep personal relationship towards our north node and a deep personal relationship with our soul child. And it's not anything that needs to be understood by anyone else but us. You get to create your own canvas when it comes to your communication with God, with the divine, with spirit. Tell me more about this, about us embracing our weirdness here. That we're not for everyone. The King of Pentacles. Get grounded in your weirdness, star child. Time to get grounded in your weirdness. Remember who you were before the world programmed you. Before the world programmed you. Told you how to think, how to act. Your soul child knows the core of your values, of your true values, of your purity of heart, of your personal creed, the sacred vows to self. Yeah, I love that, Bunny Rabbit. Get weird and write some vows to self. Write some vows to our soul child. Where do you want to go? You want me to keep going with this? Okay. You want me to keep going with this starseed deck? I need to figure out how to take that off. I understand why that ghost here always asks me if I'm still here. That drives me crazy. It's like Netflix. It's like, I'm paying for that subscription. Don't ask me if I'm still here. Giz is the boss and knows it. Look at him, too. He's very intensely reading the chat right now. He's keeping an eye out for his brother. Oh. You got the love. Oh, we got a lot about boundaries here. Okay. I'm looking at you got the love. Codependency, boundaries, weight of the world. Boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Okay, I'm going to get a little cry ball, or I feel like a little cry ball coming on. There were some of us that had very heavy childhoods. We were forced to carry a lot more weight than any child should. Many of us were robbed of our childhoods in that regard. We weren't allowed to create boundaries. Children don't have a voice like adults do in this world. They don't have rights like adults do in this world. And so boundaries get crossed. Boundaries that create things like codependency into adulthood, into carrying the weight mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally for others around us that is not ours to carry. There are many, many children that are put in this position. But that doesn't mean that that child still doesn't have the same spirit. And sometimes there's a reason why I call it the soul child and not the inner child. Because energetically, it's and this is conversations between me and the band, so take it or leave it. But when we come to earth, when we come back into our body, the purest form of our soul is when we're a child, right? This doesn't have that programming. So even if we started receiving programming early or started creating things like codependency and a lack of boundaries and taking on burdens when we shouldn't, the soul child is still so connected to the divine and the purest form of love in self once we were in the body. And sometimes I believe we have a hard time reconnecting with our soul child, even in little areas, right? Little things that might not seem like they creep up, but they do, because it's something that someone told us. You know, for many years, I've always been an avid reader since I was a child. Books are my greatest love affair. And there was a time in my life where I started to become insecure because my path was a bit different, and I didn't go to college like when most people go to college, and felt like potentially I was like behind intellectually, and though I wasn't, it was all a false belief. And because I probably have read more books than any college professor that I would have had as a teacher. And so there was this time where I started to believe that I should stop reading fiction and I should only read nonfiction, because fiction is childish. It's a waste of time, even though it was, like I said, as a kid, fiction was my greatest love affair. And I did that for about 15 years. I did not read an ounce of fiction. And that was one of those small, it seems small in the big picture of things. But it was this like small little realization that I started to have when the divine was like, hit me over the head and was like, get back in touch with your soul child, to start reading fiction again. And that no, it wasn't a waste of time. Why would my imagination be a waste of time? We create our own reality, don't we? So there are little things like that that will creep in. Okay, beliefs, things that we need to let go, things that people have told us that are not ours to carry. So the band is asking me to share this because those of us that were deeply wounded in childhood, most of us, there are ways to get back in touch with our inner child if we're not quite willing to go there fully emotionally yet, right? Like just to like dive right in and start this relationship with our inner child. That's what I had to do. And so I started reading fiction again. I started collecting toys again. Just things. I started drawing certain things again that I would draw when I was younger, you know? So as I always, what we always talk about on this channel is figure out what works for you. There's no rules on how to connect with your inner child. Screamstress, I agree with you 100% on that. Fiction is the way divine channels cryptic messages for us to discover, and mythology and all of those things that I love dearly my whole life, that I allowed a certain belief system to creep in and remove all of that for a period of my life. But yeah, there's so many ways. I even started working with pastel chalks again, because I love that when I was younger, when I first started getting into art, right? Because I really liked using my hands, getting messy and using my hands, like anything to tap into that energy. Yeah, why should kids have all the fun? I agree. All right. It's a lot about boundaries here. A lot about self-love, letting go of the weight of the world. And we also have the card of baby steps, following your intuition before it makes sense. So intuitively, if you feel like there's something that's guiding you towards connecting with your soul child, don't question it. Don't try to tag it to a belief that we have. Dive right into the action. Yeah, because the soul child knows the North Node. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I wasn't expecting that to come out. We have the moon, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Star in reverse, and the Three of Swords here, okay? And the 10 of Wands. And what the band immediately told me is that we know that the moon, okay, behind the moon is something that needs to be illuminated, okay? And for many of us, literally your magic practice, your divination is part of your North Star. But there was someone as a child that told you to go the other way. There's somehow you were reprimanded. You were burdened by the idea of, or others, were burdened by the idea of your imagination, by the idea of your magic, by the idea of your divination that came so naturally, and even by your psychic abilities, your telepathy, your ESP, your intuition. For some of you, you had families that shut that right down. Like would directly be reprimanded for such things, or told that you were lying, right? Told that we were lying, that it was just our imagination. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Told all the time it was just a bunch of devil work. Yeah. I had a stepfather who hated I could call him out so well. I knew all the skeletons in his closet. Right? That he hid from communities for years. So, of course. But now is different, because now we get to choose, and no one needs to understand our path but us. No one. Alley Cat, I love that your childhood dream was to work at Disney. So is Uncle Deadly's. Uncle Deadly is obsessed with Disney. So when we first started working on artwork for my channel, I felt like a lot of it looked very, very much like Walt Disney artwork. And I was like, Deadly. I was like, I know you love Walt Disney. I do not have the same feelings about Disney as you do. I don't want all my artwork to look like Disney. All right. Well, look. As a child, you followed your intuition before it made sense. Will potentially get reprimanded for it. But we don't have to roll like that anymore. What else do we need to know specifically about this? That was such a clear message that came through. Oh, okay. I like that. 3 of Pentacles. 5 of Swords in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in the upright. And Judgment. Okay. There's 2 messages here. 1, find the community that you can put your defenses down with. That isn't gatekeeping. That isn't going to throw a bunch of labels on you. That doesn't feel the need to be right. They just want you to be magical AF. Okay? Karmic wheel, the wheel of destiny, is spinning. So these are choices that we make now to embrace our magic. Okay? And by the way, if you have not yet, or when you did, decide to own your magic, to own your power, your ancestors called some judgment on some things. Some people learned some lessons about holding you back from your magic. Not only in this lifetime, but in other lifetimes too. Okay? Because you're the emperor now. You're the emperor of your life. And you're magical AF. And embrace your weirdness, baby, because it's your North Node. It's your true North. It's your true North. Welcome to the tribe of weirdos. Maybe that's what I should have called it instead of the Star Tribe. Maybe I should have called it the Weird Tribe. Let me pick up my mess here for a second. We'll get back into it. We're all stars. I got in a lot of trouble in first grade for asking a couple of kids to keep my secret that I wasn't from Earth. And then a bunch of kids went home and started asking their parents if they were aliens too, and where were they from? Were they really from here? Were they really born in the stars? And oh boy, did I get in so much trouble. Teachers, principals, my parents. I was like, I don't understand why I'm in trouble. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Boss level scrying skills. Yes, baby. Happy birthday, Zane. I didn't know today was your birthday. Happy birthday, Zane. I'm so, so grateful for you, Zane. And I'm so happy and believe that it is divine that we have connected. And I'm so looking forward to doing your past life reading this week. Coming up. Happy birthday, Zane. All right. I had to bend my cards the other way. Okay. Where do you want me to go, Ben? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? You want to talk to the fairies? Okay. Let's talk to the fairies. Oh, it's your son's birthday and yours is next month. Well, happy birthday to your son too. And happy early birthday to you. I always forget to bring my glasses for the live. Or maybe I should install a monitor or something where I'm not going like this. I haven't figured who my ancestors was a medium. Hungarian, huh? Well, that makes a lot of sense, Jennifer. You know, right before my third eye was sewn shut for a decade, let's say, I was under a spell. I had this dream that, and it was like, I don't know, I was walking away. I was like looking at my back, and my whole back was tattooed in this big script that said Gypsy Queen. And it was such a vivid dream. And I had it a couple of times. I know I've shared this with many of you before, but I was a tattoo artist for 20 years. And this dream was so potent that I decided to do that. I decided to get an entire back piece of script. My whole back just says Gypsy Queen in big black and gray West Coast style letters. And right after I got that tattoo, I rolled into a very weird decade of my life where, like I said, I was under a spell, and I feel like my third eye was sewn shut. But when that spell was broken, and I was in hermit mode, and I needed to remember who I was like, oh yeah! How wild is that? I feel like Spirit had me get that tattoo, like knowing the direction that things were heading, and to make sure that I would not forget. So actually, I would say I remember before the spell was actually fully broken, but that's when the war started. Telling war stories over here. All right, let me get to the reading. Oh, man. Jennifer D., I'm sure you can feel it too, but I really feel like ancestors, I always feel my ancestors around me, but it is strong right now. Like, I feel like we're having a reunion at the moment. Priestess of Time. 3 witchy sisters. Snow White and her animal friends. Nine. There are 2. Okay, thank you. Man is saying it is time to act now on connecting with your soul child, because there are quote unquote imaginary friends that you believed you had. Some were animals, some were animal spirits, and some 3 little witchy sisters here. or it's two spirits that were around you when you were a child that want to come back in and say hi and join the party. And some animal spirits here, okay? So now is the time to hold hands with your soul child. Jump on a swing, something. You've been reunited, good. Some are gargoyles. Yes, some of mine are gargoyles too. Some of mine are gargoyles too. That hopped on board when I was living in the Philippines. I love them. All right. These animal spirits are coming in to inspire you, to help build confidence. Queen of Swords and Page of Cups. There's going to be, embracing these animal spirits, there's going to be justice that's going to come in for you with that, because there's going to be actually an alignment to the throat chakra. That's what they're saying. There'll be alignment to the throat chakra when you tap into these animal spirits. Something going on in the throat chakra. Something that some of us are holding back. But these animal spirits are going to guide us to say what we need to say. Tell me about these three little witches. I saw The Greatest Short on YouTube today. It's some dude that like reviews movies. You know how that movie Wicked just came out? He's a young guy. I can't remember his page name. But anyways, it was funny because he was like, it was like, it took me 28 years to like really understand the story of the Wizard of Oz and how Glinda really wasn't the good witch, right? And the Wicked Witch, you know, getting the bad reputation. And he you know, he named all the parts of the story of like how Glinda had this, which she did, this master plan to like get rid of all of her competition and stuff like that. And it just cracked me up because the guy was really young. And I was like, yes! I was like, this is a story as old as time. And this generation is finally getting woke to what's really going on for us witches. Thank you. Made me laugh. Yeah, false light. Exactly, Scream Stress. That is a story of false light. Got that right. Got that right. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, the false light is much scarier than the dark, isn't it? Okay. These new friends that want to come in, these friends in spirit, all right? There's an energetic upgrade. Getting in touch with them, okay? They want to help reverse the 10 of Wands here, and they want to bring in some energy. And they're saying they're coming in to help you get shit done, whatever that is, okay? Okay. All right. What else? Okay. So Giz said, for those of you who have been feeling tired lately, feeling like you can't get it all done, to pick up on these spirits that are trying to come in, because that's where that extra energy is going to come from this season. And also too, because you're going to be more connected to your soul child, so you're going to feel lighthearted. You're going to sing more, is what he said. And I don't know what the message is behind this. He just kept saying, tell Zane about the circuit board. I don't know what the message is behind that, but that's what he said. All right. The time is now. The time has come. Tell me about the priestess of time. Oh, with an energetic upgrade, right? Time doesn't feel so pressurized. I feel like we're in the pressure cooker of time when we're dealing with spirit. Tell me more about the priestess of time, please. Tell me more about the priestess of time. You want to get a lot of shit done? Hang out with your spirits. And keep the tunes on. Keep the tunes on. The tunes keep them around. Your ancestors and spirit guides love music. They love frequency. They love sound. Yes, it is very paranormal in here this evening. Oh, that one flew out. What's that about? Pull yourself close, number 27. Every part of you is deserving of love. This is just, I feel like that, okay. Yeah, it's just a repeated message, right? Like, man, love your soul child. Your soul child deserves all the love in the world. F those people who didn't, you know? Man, it just doesn't get any closer. It's how we get so close to spirit and how we get so close to the divine. Another one. This reading feels disjointed tonight, but I'm just going with it. It's because there's a lot. There's energy in here that I'm not used to talking to. Trying to decipher everything here they're telling me. Okay. Find your haven. There is a place of wonder just waiting for you. Okay, what they're telling me here is, what is that space? What is that space to connect? Can you create a space to connect? Okay. Example. This is part of why I created this room the way that I created this room. Okay. I feel deeply connected to my soul child here. And so in this space, because I feel deeply connected to my soul child, makes my intuition a lot stronger, right? Makes it easier for me to connect with spirit. I don't overthink when I'm in this room. I'm weird and footloose and fancy free when I'm in this room. You know what I mean? So what is that haven for you? Where is that haven? Is that haven something you can create in your home? Is that haven a space like the woods? The woods is another place that I connect to spirit so strongly. And it's because, man, my soul child loves the woods. Loves the woods. Loves hanging out with the fairies and the Dega realm. Find that haven card, the Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, okay. You don't miss any of the cups when you can get to that space. Brings us back to the beginning of the reading, where we had the Four of Cups in the upright, being two in our head. missing these gifts that never really left us, that never left us. It's just been clouded. And the world will call it emotional breakdown, nervous breakdown, existential crisis, midlife crisis, post-midlife crisis. No. It's a collective getting back to their authenticity, getting back to our weirdness. Knowing what's real and what's not. Right? Believing is not seeing. Except for us, right? Because we do see it. I don't know about you, but I see all kinds of things. Call me weird. Quarter life crisis, right? I had a conversation with someone the other day. It was the first time I had heard that term. I guess because I'm 45, I'm having a not a midlife crisis, but a post midlife crisis. Like I was supposed to have already had my midlife crisis, and now I'm in a second midlife crisis. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I reject that. You roll on with the post midlife crisis, but I am not taking that belief on, okay? Be true to who you are. Fear will not stop you from shining. Stepping out of our comfort zones makes us shine even more. So what if really we're shining like a diamond, but we're scared as hell as when we're doing it? Isn't that what we did when we were kids? I can remember doing that when I was a kid. I can remember growing up in Vermont, like cliff jumping into the rivers. I was scared as hell every second until I hit that water. But I was laughing hysterically when I came up. Same thing going down a big slide, right? Or a roller coaster. Fear, do it afraid. Do it afraid and shine. Shine on, baby. Yeah. Oh, thank you, because they just pointed that out to me. Because you're the unicorn. Not only are you the unicorn, but you're a unicorn with wings. With fancy butterfly wings. Why? Why fear? And maybe you're scared, but you're a unicorn with butterfly wings. Yeah, fear channeled proactively is excitement. Beautiful statement, Scorpio Zen. I'm excited a lot. So that's me transmuting fear. I love that. Hi, Arctum. Welcome in. Oh, did you just get here, Arctum? You have to go back and watch the beginning of the message. Because Giz has had a very big revelation. Oh, Chris, now he's all excited you're here. He's had a very big revelation of why he is so attracted to your energy. He's been talking a lot tonight. All right. Tell me more about these magical unicorns here. Yeah. There it is. There's the soul child. There's the soul child. That's the unicorn. all heart, being willing to walk off the edge of the cliff with a dream. Not allowing a single thought to get in the way of what's really at the heart of the matter. That's why the fool comes before the magician. The magician is action. The magician is manifestation. The magician is the tools to then carry out the dream. But we have to have the dream first. And the dream comes from the soul child's energy. Because the soul child will walk off the cliff even if they feel fear. They're willing to take the risk, willing to take the risk that our programmed adult minds are not. Really, Arctum? Well, congratulations. I can't wait to hear all about it. I know Gizmo is very he's very vocal tonight, Bunny Rabbit, more so than he normally is. He's been pretty excited. Hi, Kayla Rose. Welcome in. So grateful that you're here. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight. All right. Where do you want to go with some closing messages? Go to symbols. Oh, I can't remember the last time I heard a guinea pig sing. They do sing, for sure. I can't remember the last time I heard it. Yeah. Hey, good night, Sai. So grateful that you came and hang out with us as always. You're pure magic. We love it. We love it when you're here. Yes, Alicia. Alicia, I'm not sure why I haven't seen an email from you. I'll check my spam folder. I'm having some issues with the one email I have. That's from my .com. I definitely will look for that, Alicia, for sure. I apologize. I apologize for the inconvenience. Well, welcome back, Keith. Welcome back. Alicia, are we, just in case if I don't find the email, aren't we connected on Instagram? Because if I can't find the email, I'll message you through Instagram so we can get that scheduled. Okay. All right, Alicia. Okay, good. And I have a secondary way to contact you. Good. Okay. All right. What's some final messages here? Is that how you want me to say it? Okay. They said, fuck luck. You don't need luck. You're magical AF. What was that? Talisman. Talisman and home. Okay. All right. Final messages. Again, these are repeating messages. That's how I start to know when they want me to close. Again, they're asking that you create a safe space within your home for your soul child. Create a space where you feel like you can express your soul child, okay? Even if it's as small as an altar, something, okay? Understand not all of us are able to have a space. I'm so blessed. I was blessed with this space from Vargas Studios, where I really can express my soul child. Find that space. Find a space in your home, a corner of your home, something. All right, for your soul child to play. And also the band is suggesting that you find the talisman that resonates with your soul child to have on you, to carry with you. I found my soul child's talisman when I was in New Orleans. So what does that look like? Okay. Again, these are ways just to connect with that energy. And it's going to look different for all of us, how to connect in with that energy. But your band has a lot of things that they want to share with you. And you will naturally get heightened senses and discover gifts that you never knew that you had. You don't even have to know the name of them, because your soul child already knows. I love Herkimer diamonds. I don't know what it is about Herkimer diamonds, but I love them. I don't know why I feel so connected to that stone. I mean, I love crystals. I think we all do here, right? I love stones. But there's something about the energy of Herkimer diamonds that I really, really dig. Right? They are. They're beautiful. And yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about that particular stone. Really? That's wild, Jimmy. Yeah, so what is that? What is a talisman? And if you don't know, just ask to be guided to it. Like I was guided to this. It was so crazy, the images that started coming back in my head when I saw a rabbit's foot. That reminded me of childhood. And I used to do this when I was a kid. I used to do the same thing and talk to my spirit guides, talk to my spirit animals, talk to the fairies. So what does that look like for you? Hello, Darker Homes. Welcome in. Welcome in. I am just wrapping up for this evening, but I am so grateful to see you. A Rubik's Cube. Yeah. Yeah, Bunny Rabbit. Add a talisman to your Christmas list for sure. For sure. Everything carries energy, right? So what is that visual that feels like the frequency of your soul child? And it's a good time. It's a good time of year to connect into our soul child. As I know, many of you don't have the opportunity, such as myself, to have peaceful holidays all alone and need to connect with people that sometimes can get under your skin. But your soul child doesn't give a shit about any of that. They just want to have fun, right? So, good time to connect in with the soul child. Yule. Scorpio Zen, thanks for dropping all the knowledge. Be like a guinea pig, sing and dance and demand food. I love that. Now that sounds like a fun holiday. Ah, I love it. Love it, y'all. You're so fun. Hey, Sweet Pea. What's happening, Sweet Pea? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, thanks, Swish. I appreciate you. I lost I know I've shared this with you before, but I lost a lot of loved ones a few years ago and chose to separate myself from the rest of the loved ones for my own centeredness and happiness and things like that. And I spent Thanksgiving alone, and it was so fabulous. And I was like, this is what I mean by like, the people don't realize their words sometimes. Like a few years ago when I lost my father and I lost my husband, uh the first thing everyone says to you is don't be alone on the holidays. Don't be alone on the holidays. That's going to be the worst. Oh my God, you're going to have like this huge relapse of grief and da 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 da. So like I had spent like 3 holidays like miserable, like feeling alone and bad for myself and like and I fortunately did get, I was with some friends last year, but again fortunately needed to be around some friends of mine over the holidays because I took on this like belief of other people that have gone through grief that like I should not be okay with being alone on the holidays. And this year I was alone and I was okay with it. And it was fabulous. It was fabulous. Sky and I hung out in our pajamas, watched the Macy's Day Parade, danced around the living room, ate some fabulous food, and like napped. And it was a glorious day. So, yeah, those little things people can say that creep in our heads, right? Like, oh, I guess this is what a widow should do. A widow should not still live and be absolutely miserable on the holidays if she's by herself. Hell no. Hell no. Sky Witch and I partied like it was 1999. It was fabulous. Life is for the living. We are supposed to enjoy this ride and transmute that shit. I love my alone time too, Arctum. I always have. Even around family. There's always been that I guess what do they call it? I'm a ambivert, right? Like I'm a very extroverted person in personality, but at the same time I very much cherish my alone time. Because I like hanging out with dead people too. I like hanging out with my band. I like hanging out with Spirit Team. Like hanging out with my dog. I'm not someone who needs to be around people 24/7. That's for sure. That's for sure. I even used to be like that with family. Like I had, there's like a time limit. That was a boundary with me. I'd have to put a time limit on it. And then go back into my hidey hole and You're a 99, baby. Oh. That makes you 20. You're 25? Bunny Rabbit, are you 25? And if so, do my readings resonate with you? It would be really cool for me to know that. Because I'm 45. I love that my readings resonate with you. I'm so 80s. Sometimes I feel like I'm out of touch, right? Like with younger generation, but spirit is timeless. Construct is, time is a construct of man. So see, that was another false belief. I really did not believe that younger people would resonate with me. You're 44, Alec. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you so much. I will be in touch by tomorrow for sure. I apologize, Alicia, for that. The 80s and 90s are popular again. My whole life, I've never really followed popular culture or fashion or anything like that. I just know what I like, So Yeah, see, by YouTube stats, I know that a lot of people that view my channel are in their 40s and 50s. So, um, I'm just so glad that you told me you were a 99 baby. That makes me that excites me. Thank you. Because I don't think age should matter either. But when I look at my stats like that, I'm like, oh, I must not I must not resonate with the younger generation. But I don't know how I couldn't, because I'm really just a 12-year-old in a 45-year-old's body. So, Michigan Grandma, you're 75. I love that. I'm so happy that you're here. That's fabulous. You're the rabbit, Courtney. 87 was a good year. 87 was a great year. Really, Codex? I'm so happy that you're here. I actually completely ghosted myself from social media for several years until I started this channel, and I have the exact same sentiment as you do. I did not want to get online, and damn it, Spirit just brought me the coolest people. I love it. I'm so grateful for all of you. I'm so grateful for all of you. It's been wonderful. Can we go back to the 80s? You can, Tanzanite. You can go back to the 80s. You can have 80s hair. You can wear 80s fashion. You can start smoking cigarettes again with the windows rolled up. Oh. I'm right on the cusp of being an 80s baby. I was born in 79. On the airplane. Yeah, that was wild. Well, even later than the 80s. So I was like, it was like in the mid 90s. Um, I I lived in Southeast Asia, and I was living in the Philippines for several years. And I'd take the international flights, and right when I'd fly from like Boston to LA, and then once you hit international waters, you could start smoking on the plane, and it's a really long ass flight, right? You're flying to the other side of the world, so you'd be in an airplane with all this recycled air in the air for like 14, 15 hours, and everyone was smoking. But the funny part is only the back end of the plane was smoking, and it was like it matters, right? Like it matters. We're all breathing the same air here. Nobody can move. I don't think you can smoke on it. No, I know you can't, because I've flown international since then. But yeah. Yeah, same with me, Darker Homes. I mean, I was born in 79, but I'm definitely an 80s kid, right? Totally, Jennifer. We would pile as many people as we could in the trunk of my car to go in the drive-through. I mean, not the drive-through, the drive-in, right? Like as many of my friends that we could pack in the trunk, get like 5 people in for free. It's funny being a big old car with like just a driver, like, right? Like a 16-year-old driver, as if I'm going to the drive-in by myself. My friends in the trunk. Oh, man. Man. Yeah, I like being a Gen Xer. For sure. Oh, y'all. It's been fun hanging out with you tonight. So fun. There will be a collective reading up on Thursday. Friday, we will have a collective reading and a live. And Saturday and Sunday, there also will be a collective reading. So this is going to be the sketch. Is like I'm going to do collective reading on Tuesday nights, and then do our other readings on Fridays. There are this month there's like 1 or 2 Fridays I think that I don't have a live scheduled. It's just kind of a hectic month. But we'll get them done. We'll get them done. We'll get them done. Alicia, I will definitely be in touch with you. You are so welcome, Alley Cat. So grateful for you and that you're here. Oh, thanks, Courtney. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, thank you, Scorpio Zen. Thank you, Scorpio. Thank you, Zane. I will see you this weekend. And to the rest of you, have a fabulous evening. And thank you for coming and hanging out. Giz says good night, too.